Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Eagle HT 26.5 fifth wheel by Jayco. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. So let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and a couple things to take into consideration when we're parking. On your campsite, you got a little slide for your bedroom, but I also want you to think about leaving plenty of room for that awning. On your off campsite, of course, beside your slide, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power cord plugs in all the way on the rear. It actually stores inside here, so you just pull it out from in there. Then your docking station for city water, is going to be right next to it. So park accordingly so you can utilize these facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing we're going to do is level our unit. Your CH751 little silver key will open this up, and this is where you will extend or retract your unit to bring it up or down. Now once you get a unit level, next thing you can do is stabilize it. You do have levels right here to show when you're level. Some bubbled up levels that it's stuck on. Once you do get a level, again, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. Back here are a couple of rear stabilizing jacks. As I run these down, I'm going to recommend jack pads. Get some jack pads, put them down on the ground. They're going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop in the summer, keep them from sinking into that. Put them down and run these down just until they're taut. Remember, our unit's already level, so once we have some resistance on our hand crank, go ahead and stop. Get both of them down, one on each side. Got your unit level and stable. Next thing we're going to do is hook up our power and water. Again, your power cord stores here in the rear. Big long 30 amp cord, so in your convenience pack will be a 30 to 15 amp reducer. Once you get your power plugged in, next thing you do is hook up your water. Let's start with a water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. You don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so always use these. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. Don't turn your hose on yet. Just find your hot water heater. And of course, I'm taking a long way. Over on your off campsite, all we're doing is making sure our drain plug's back in. Get that in there nice and snug and tight. Once that's in there all the way, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a few minutes, we're going to go inside and open up this slide. We're going to open up that slide so we can get inside and get to all of our water taps. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them, open them up. Once you got a steady flow of water, shut them off, then you're all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go dry camping. In that case, we're going to fill up our freshwater tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. You can gravity fill this with a hose. Two ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right there. Or two on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's a freshwater button. Keep an eye on this one filling it up. Make sure you don't overflow it. Once it is full, you put that cap back on. And then whenever you want to utilize that water, you turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump and hooked up to city water. That is already pressurized. Alright, you're all set to camp with power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit. I'll continue here in the back. You do have an accessory hitch. You got a ladder. Utilize that. Go up there a couple times a year. Check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. Here's where you plug in your cable at the campsite. Again, our stabilizing jacks. Your low point drains. This is your freshwater one here. So again, your freshwater low point drains access from indoors. Come down the side here. Our black and gray tanks. Hot water heater again. Black tank flush. We'll talk about that when we dump those and leave them at the campsite. This is a manual override for your slide, the slotted one. That hand crank will get that in if you lose power. Big pass-through storage there. Your battery here. Again, A couple of levels. There's your battery disconnect. That'll disconnect all the battery power to the unit. Here's your propane. This is just a vent for your batteries. Propane is on a regulator, just pointing toward the tank you used to be using, lefty loosey to open. There's your spare tire. Looks like you might be prepped for a generator. Lots of room in there. Not sure on that. Come around to the campsite. The other side of your pass-through storage. A couple of 110s. A flue for your furnace. A couple things on that. One, steer clear of it when you run it. It does get hot. Two, make sure nothing's blocking it. Access panel to the back of your fridge for techs. A couple of outdoor speakers. A vent for your hood range. Big awning light. And what covers everything out here. Let's go up inside. I'm going to show you this is how you're going to want to travel with your recliner here. Now they put in aftermarket recliners. The ones before would have turned sideways. So these look like they're a lot bigger. Flip that upside down. Coming up inside the unit. Up top here is all of our lighting in our control panel. And I am just going to go to slide out and hit extend. Just going to crank this little one out. Again, we can flip that chair back down. It'll go in this corner here. But that seems to be the safest way to travel with that. It looks like there's a safety strap as well. Strap that to the sofa. So it might not be aftermarket. They may have come like that. So I want you to hear that noise. That's just the slide mechanism saying I'm out all the way. Stop pressing the button. Next to that, your awning. Your awning, you only want to run out until you can see that flap fall down your bar. If you hold that down, that will continue to run itself out past that point and run itself up onto itself. So keep an eye on it when you run it out. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. Awning comes in. I'll let you know that these slam locks work best when gently slammed. Alright, looks like you've got a already have a remote for your main slides, etc. Your front extension. Not sure if that even works. I have to check on that. Up top here is our control panel saying your brand new battery, your fresh black and gray tanks. The freshwater button is the one to hold down when filling up your potable or fresh water. This is your awning light as well. Got a couple of, looks like a 12-volt charger here. And you're going to get a lot of accent lighting throughout the unit. Crank them all up real quick. One light will light up everything around here. Over lights down. Bring our recliner down. Alright, let me walk you through the unit now. A little more lighting back here. Back to the doorway. We've got our fire extinguisher. We've got a 110 with GFCI reset right above that. Come around here, our 12-volt carbon monoxide and propane detector. Use your battery disconnect if you're out dry camping. If you're going to be gone for the day, otherwise that'll run your battery down. There's all your plumbing. Keep an eye on that. If you travel a lot with this, you're bouncing a house up and down the road. Things could wiggle loose. Make sure they haven't. Self-explanatory microwave. Again, light and fan above our cooktop here. Put that up to light, you hit your spark, and that's how quickly all those light up. Remember, when you get at the campsite, you may have to, once you turn your gas on, keep snapping that spark until one lights. It's going to bleed your lines, get it in there. Pilot light oven. Breaker box and fuses here. A handful of 15s, a 20. I recommend you have some of those with you when you go camping. Nor cold fridge. These are really easy to operate. Switch it from off over to auto. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you're running on gas. Pretty simple. Switch it over to gas by itself. If that gas light starts flashing, check your gas. 1 through 5, 5 being the coldest. Alright, over here on the wall is our thermostat. Crank the air up here real quick. Turn it down to 57. I should crank it up. Oh, there it is. Alright, AC kicked on. Now you'll notice, I'm going to shut the AC off, it shut right off. Now I'm going to turn the heat on, crank that up, till it kicks on. You'll hear it at the return right here. Right now what you will notice is when I shut that off, it's going to take a few minutes to cycle through before that shuts off. Over here we got our radio. Turn that on here. That is going to be AM, FM, Bluetooth, or not Bluetooth, AM, FM, MP3 player, HDMI, auxiliary and head jack. 3 indoors, up front, in the bedroom, and outdoors. So 3 zones. Alright, so sound system. TV, I didn't see a remote in the unit. Turn it on to the side here. Run a digital channel scan. Go in your menu, run a digital channel scan when you arrive at the campsites. It'll allow you to pick up more channels. I got like, I don't know how many channels in with it in here, but we're in the metal building. Just make sure you put your antenna up all the way to the right, all the way left to bring down. Oh yeah, while I'm here, there's your smoke alarm. So no remote for that. Check that off. Main area. Sofa. Let's head back up the hallway here. Into our bathroom. Just want to mention in here, a little more plumbing to maintain. A fan that is hand crank open. You can turn it on from here. Shower door, you want to make sure you have snapped closed for travel. Make sure that don't bounce open on you. Lastly, back into our bedroom, which has its own slide I've already opened. But here's the control for that. Storage under here. There's a table extension. I'll show you where that goes on. Strong hydraulics here. Prep for a TV up here. You have an opening but no exhaust fan on that. I'm gonna shut this light off as I go forward. I think about covered everything in here. So act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. You start by going through and shutting off all my lighting, except for what can be controlled from over here. So if I shut it off from here, I can see everything that needs to be shut off. To the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede our slides from coming in. Come on up to our bedroom. Up here in the corner. I'm going to turn on the light here by the hallway so you can see this. We're just going to hit retract. Again, in here, make sure your vent's closed. Bathroom vents are closed. Shower doors secure. Come in here and hit retract and slide out. Now make sure your TV's back where it should be. The doors on that cabinet are closed. Last thing you want to do is rip off any of those cabinet doors, bringing in or opening up your slide. Again, flip your recliner over. Safety straps on all the chairs. Again, same noise. Shut off your lights and exit the unit. Steps fold up fairly simple. 2 folds and they're in. Alright, if we are out dry camping, we're going to bring up these stabilizing jacks. Hook up our hitch and head on home or to the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we're at a campsite, we're going to unhook our power, our water, our cable. Bring up our stabilizing jacks and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be right in front of your tires on your off-camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Hook this up, open this, and then pull your black handle. That's going to be your sewage. Once it sounds like that's no longer draining, go inside, look at the level, come back out. It's empty. Open this up, hook up your hose at the dump station. With that black handle open, let that hose run for a good 5 minutes. Wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Again, making sure you leave that open while you run it. Close that up. Make sure all that washout you put in there is closed. Close your black handle. Pull this gray up here. It's gonna be cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. Same thing back here. When that gray's done, dump this gray. While my grays are dumping, I like to, if I'm done camping for a while, get up in here and lift up on that pressure release valve. Now be careful, it's gonna dump some hot water. Close that up, pull your drain plug, dump your low point drains. When your gray tank is done, close it up, and conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose right here in the bumper and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Eagle for many years to come. Happy camping.